Once upon a time in Athens, there were two lovers, Lysander and Hermia, but their love wasn't approved of by Hermia's father, Aegeus. He wanted her to marry another Athenian man by the name of Demetrius. Hermia's best friend Helena had feelings for Demetrius, but he didn't return her love. Hermia's father says that Lysander put a spell over Hermia and says if she doesn't marry Demetrius, she will be executed or become a nun to make it so she may never marry. This man has bewitched the bosom of my child, says Aegeus.
Lysander and Hermia were contemplating on what they should do. Hermia would rather die than marry any other than her true love, Lysander. Both of them are scared and don't know what to do. Suddenly, Lysander had an idea. Therefore, hear me, Hermia, Lysander says. He tells her of how he has an aunt that lives about 20 miles from Athens. She is a widow and very rich. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, he says.
Lysander and Hermia go to Helena to tell their plan. When they found Helena, she was sad that Demetrius doesn't love her. But Hermia said, "Take comfort, he no more shall see my face." They told her of how they are going to leave Athens and go live with Lysander's aunt. Lysander and Hermia say their goodbyes to Helena and leave.
Helena is left alone by herself, and then she thinks of how happy and in love they were, and Helena didn't have any love. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she, but what of that, she says. She may be compared to the beautiful Hermia, but none of that matters, because to Demetrius she is not beautiful. Suddenly she has an idea. She is going to tell Demetrius of Hermia and Lysander's plan. I will tell him of fair Hermia's flight, she says, because Demetrius and Lysander are enemies. He will be grateful to her.
Helena runs to Demetrius to tell him the plan of Lysander and Hermia. Demetrius starts running as fast as his legs would carry him into the woods as Helena follows him. I love thee not, therefore pursue me not, Demetrius says. He only loves Hermia and no longer loved Helena. You draw me, you hard-hearted Adaman, Helena says. They go on, bickering about how Demetrius doesn't love Helena, but Helena loves him. I will not stay thy questions. Let me go, Demetrius says. Demetrius leaves her alone, and though they fought, her love for him is still undying.
On the other side of the forest, Robin comes to Oberon, and he eagerly asks him if he had the magic flower. Hast thou the flower there, he asks. Once he sees that Robin does indeed have the flower, Oberon snatches it out of his hands and tells Robin of his plan. He says that he is going to put the flower juice on Titania's eyes. He then gives Robin a part of the flower and tells him to put some flower juice on an Athenian man's eyes. He means Demetrius. And make it so that when he awakes, the first thing that he sees will be Helena, and he will fall in love with her.
Robin, being his grateful servant, instantly goes out to find Demetrius. Robin is walking through the forest looking for the Athenian man Oberon has told him about. He has part of the flower in his hands as he walks through the forest searching for Demetrius. He finds Lysander sleeping in the woods with Hermia. Robin thinks Lysander is Demetrius because of his Athenian attire. He puts the flower juice on his eyes and says, Churl upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. He squeezes all the juice the flower will give and leaves.
After Helena is left by Demetrius, she sees Lysander on the floor and shakes him to see if he's awake. When he's awake, he falls instantly in love with her. Helena thinks he is joking and gets mad because he is taking the joke very far. Wherefore was I to deserve this keen mockery born, she says to Lysander. She and Hermia are best friends and would never betray her this way. She wants Lysander to love Hermia, not her.
While the both of them are still arguing, Demetrius wakes up with the flower juice in his eyes and starts to fall in love with Helena. "O Helena, goddess nymph, perfect divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thy nine?" says Demetrius. Helena gets angry at both of them and thinks both of them are playing a trick on her by pretending to love her. "I see you all are bent to send against me for your merriment," says Helena.
Helena and Hermia are bickering, and Helena starts to call Hermia names. After Hermia starts to call Helena names, Lysander interrupts them and started to protect Helena, and tells Hermia to leave. Lysander said to Hermia, "Get you gone, you dwarf, you mimus, you hindering knot-grass maid, you bead, you acorn."
Robin makes his voice sound like Demetrius' voice and lures Lysander into the woods. Robin keeps saying, "Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here," to try and make Lysander tired and make him fall asleep so he can put the new flower juice in his eyes. Then Robin is luring Demetrius into a different part of the woods and does the same thing and tries to make Demetrius fall asleep. After everyone is asleep, Robin goes over to Lysander and says, "On the ground sleep sound, I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover remedy." And he puts the flower nectar remedy on Lysander's eyes. He then says, "When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye." During this scene, Robin is basically saying all love will be restored between Lysander and Hermia.
After all four lovers fell asleep, Theseus and his hunters found them and told the hunters to wake them up. Lysander can't remember what happened and tells everyone of his last memory of leaving Athens with Hermia. "I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of Athenian law," says Lysander. Aegeus wants Lysander to be punished because of what he tried to do, but Theseus overrules Aegeus' request because Demetrius says that he doesn't love Hermia and loves Helena. Theseus has an idea. He says that Demetrius and Helena will get married with him and Hippolyta, and at the same time, Lysander and Hermia will get married. "Aegeus, I will overbear your will. For the temple by and by with us, these couples shall be eternally knit," says Theseus.
Everyone got settled. They all went to go have their wedding. They were enjoying their wedding and they were just very happy overall, even though Aegeus disagreed completely in the first place. The wedding was very decorative and nice. There was also a play that was performed by Bottom, Flute, Snout, Starveling, and Snug. Once the wedding was over, they all decided to go back to Athens.
After the wedding, Oberon and Titania decided to sing a song with all the fairies, elves, and birds. Through the house give gathering light, by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as a bird from Briar. And this ditty after me, sing and dance it trippingly, Oberon says. And they sing the song, and it puts a spell on the humans, that they will live in peace forever.
The end.